Unwanted sound is one of the most common environmental exposure in the United States. In 1981, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency (EPA) estimated that nearly 100 million people in the United States had annual exposure to traffic noise that were high enough to be harmful to health. However, despite the widespread prevalence of exposure, noise has historically been treated differently than pollution of a chemical or radiological nature, and especially air pollution. Congress has not seriously discussed environmental noise in more details, although noise exposure is a large public concern. Involving cities and countries to address noise in their planning efforts, the results are disappointing. Dozens of recent health impact statements in the Health Impact Project (HIP) database have incorporated noise, but don't appear to assess change in sleep disturbance, learning, hypertension, or heart disease. In this commentary, we examine scientific and policy aspects of noise exposure. We first provide an overview of the relationship between high impact of health effect and noise. We then describe the most prevalent source of noise and estimate prevalence of exposure. Finally, we explore policy approach that we can reduce the harmful effect of noise.
There are many sources of noise pollution in our daily life. Primary sources of noise include road traffic, rail traffic, air transportation, occupational and industrial activities. Additional individual level exposure include amplified music and concert. Personal music player use appears to be common among adolescents and may involve potentially harmful sound level. Exposures from recreational activities and music are not noise in the sense of being unwanted sounds, but adverse health effects are possible even from desirable sounds.
The causes of noise including 4 stages, including primary exposure, acute effects, chronic effects, and long-term risks. In primary exposure, the noise comes from different sources such as air and road traffic, construction, music, processing industry, and many more. It will then lead to acute effects, decrease the quality and quantity, increase annoyance, stress and disruption, and also temporarily change in hearing. People in noisy environments experience a subjective habituation to noise, but their cardiovascular system does not habituate and still experience activation of the sympathetic nervous system and changes from deep sleep to a lighter sleep in response to noise. Although blood pressure normally drops during sleeps, people experiencing sleep fragmentation from noise have difficulty achieving a nadir for any length of time because blood pressure rises with noise transients and heart rate increase with noise level. Decreased quality and quantity of sleep elevates cardiovascular strains, which manifests as increased blood pressure and disruption in cardiovascular cardiac rhythms. Disordered sleep is associated with increased level of stress hormones. Next, chronic effects which cause hypertension, reduce learning and productivity, and endocrine disruption. The effects of noise are conscious, subject are insidious, and result at least in part from increased psychosocial stress and annoyance. Children in noisy environments have poor school performance, which leads to stress and misbehavior. They also have decreased learning, lower reading comprehension, and concentration deficits. Lastly, long-term risks including heart disease or even permanent hearing loss and tinnitus. Noise exposure is also associated with tinnitus, which is ringing in the ears, and hyperacusis. The additional efforts required to process sounds lead to fatigue, headaches, nervousness, depression, and anger.
Oh, my favorite. Huh?
Could you turn it off?
Yeah.
Prevalence of harmful noise exposure can be done through the health protection policy. The health protection policy can be divided into three. The first is the Federal Public Health Agenda. The United States National Prevention Strategy (NPS) can provide the leadership by putting noise and the National Health Policy Agenda. The second is source of control through the direct regulation. Direct regulation that set maximum emission level for noise source is the only intervention that guarantee population level exposure reduction. The regulatory scheme for the direct source regulation is straightforward. Congress gave power to the US EPA to regulate noise emitted from the construction equipment, transportation equipment, and any motor or engine. The third is altering the informational environment. Altering the informational environment enables informed choice in partnership with direct regulation. Without source control, changing the information environment can only offer limited reduction in noise because individuals often lack control over significant noise source.
We have identified a number of opportunities to lower noise exposure and ultimately improve public health while additional research is being conducted. Although prevention of different health effects will require additional research to identify appropriate exposure limits, once informed and supported by ongoing research, federal leaders can focus on lowering noise at its source and state can prioritize altering the built environment. Meanwhile, local government can adjust their procurement policy and encourage building approach that can reduce community noise.